but I'm gonna try it. Hi everybody, my name is Kelsey and we're about to get very, very nerdy with an announcement. Also a Chris. Okay, I don't even know how to start this, to be honest. So, as you can probably tell from the title card if you were paying attention, but also anytime anyone makes a video like this, you probably can guess what it's about. We have some pretty exciting news that we wanted to share with you guys, but also because it is going to impact my channel in the future, so we wanted to sit down and talk to you guys. But the fun, exciting news is that I'm pregnant. We're very excited about this. We've known about it since the fall. So if you guys remember when I disappeared for a month, I was in a slump, but I was also incredibly nauseous and didn't get out of bed. So that was a fun time. But yeah, if you guys don't care at all about personal stuff, I'll put timestamps down below and you guys can skip to how this affects my channel. But I thought we could talk about kind of like initial feelings and how we are mentally. How you doing?
I mean, at this point, I'm in a much better place than I was, say, in November when you were in bed for the entire month.
That was not fun.
That was not fun for either of us.
Yeah, first trimester I like to pretend just didn't exist because I was, like, morning sickness was, like, really, really, really bad for me for some reason. And I quite literally didn't get out of bed the month of November except for like Thanksgiving. So that was not fun. I
don't know how open you want to be about it, but
I'm fine with being as open as you want. We had a little bit of a scare as well in November, so that was emotionally trying. And
while we were in Texas,
we weren't even here. We were visiting family, and it happened when we were visiting family. But like within 24 hours, we figured out that everything was fine. But that was a very stressful 24 hours. So that happened. So the doctor basically put me on bed rest for like a week at least, and not that I was getting up anyway. So yeah, that one was not great. But once we hit like December is when like end of first trimester, beginning of second trimester kind of hit, and it was much better. It was a slow progression out of it, I would say. Like, it wasn't an immediate, like, I'm better now, but it was, I could eat again, because that was an issue for a while.
She was losing weight.
I was losing weight in first trimester, which does happen, but it felt like a lot to me because it was a lot really quickly, which had never happened to me before. But once first trimester was over, we were pretty good, and second trimester was great, and we have just now entered third. So we are due in the summer, so that's why we're kind of making this now that we're kind of like in the home stretch of it. I thought we could just tell you guys what's been going on. So if you've noticed, if you've noticed anything different, that's what's going on. Like, I stopped wearing my wedding ring because it stopped fitting, and I was really worried someone was going to say something about the fact that we had broken up. And no one said anything, so that made me feel really good.
We do know what we're having. We're not those, well, not that there's anything wrong with those people. We're not.
We want to know because we're planners.
Yes.
We have to know. So we're having a girl, which is very exciting because we both really, really, I know everyone says they like don't have a preference, but like we definitely had a preference. We wanted a girl. So that was really exciting for us, and just having like everything figured out. We do have a name picked out, but we're going to keep that close to the chest. Only like personal family knows. And then as far as like, I'm not sure I'm ever going to maybe share her name on here, or her face until she's old enough to consent and want to do that. So I'll probably talk about her a bunch because that's going to be our life for a while, for the rest of our lives. But as far as like showing her online, I think we're gonna keep her safe close to the chest until she is comfortable and wants to be on here and stuff. So I realized we skipped over completely how you felt when we found out. So as far as like when we found out, like I said, we found out in the fall. I found out at the end of October. I was in, I think I've talked about it a little bit on here, but I was in a theater, like a local theater production of Dracula, and I was getting ready for the very last dress rehearsal. Opening night was the next day, and he was going out of town, and so what we started doing is, like, because of our sleep schedule, I would get home and he would be asleep, and then he would leave for work in the morning and I would be asleep. So we never really saw each other. So we would have this time where we like crossed at the theater for like 10 to 15 minutes. And so as I was getting ready, I have a video of it, so I might plop it in here. I don't think I've ever showed you. It's on that computer, so I can show you if you want to know. I look insane. My hair's in curlers. I have no makeup on. I was trying to figure stuff out with like getting ready, and I just felt like I needed to take a test. Like, I knew with opening night coming, there might be some drinking that was happening that weekend, and I wanted to make sure that I was safe with that, but also, like, I started to feel a little nauseous, and I almost snapped at you a couple of times. I know you didn't know this because I was like, don't do that, but there's a couple times I snapped at him, and or like in my head, and I was like, that's new. And it wasn't like normal, like, period, like, okay, you're angry for no reason, but it like lasted longer, and I was like, that's new. So there was a couple of things so that I found out, which was insane. This is a terrible angle, and please ignore the hair. I'm doing my hair for a show, but the timer just went off, and I'm actually nervous about this one because I feel like I have a lot of, I won't say symptoms, but like reasons why it actually can't be positive this time, which means it's not going to be. I'm really nervous. Oh my, do you see that? I literally don't know what to do with this information right now. And Chris is at work, and I'm not going to see him much today. But I want, oh my god. And then that night, I was like, I can't keep it in. I can't, like, do something cute and show you. I, like, literally took a picture of the test, pulled him in the hallway, and told him at the art center. How was that for you?
Yeah, so I was training for a 5K. I know training for a 5K seems a little silly. It's a 3-mile run. It's not like I was training for a marathon, but like I've got a coworker. I've got a coworker that I run with who was in the show with Kelsey, and so she was not running with me at the time because she needed to get her makeup on as well. So I would stop by after I ran, and I would update her on how I had done, and then talk to Kelsey, and so I was leaving the next day to go run the 5K with my dad. I was going back to where my parents lived to go run. I was excited about, I'd run fairly well. It wasn't great, but usually if I don't run great before a race, I'm like, okay, that means I'll run better on Saturday. So I was totally blindsided by it. I didn't know what was happening. She's like, I need to talk to you. Which, you know,
no, I said I need to show you something. Because I knew if I said I need to talk to you, you would go down the rabbit hole. And I was like, I need to show you something. Anyway, yes.
Yeah. So, you know, better.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's not.
So,
still,
we went out into the hallway, and she showed it to me. And it took me a second to process what I was looking at because, you know, it's a picture.
Yeah. It wasn't even a good picture. It was like
not
a terrible picture I took in the bathroom just to prove that the test said, like, positive.
And so to be completely honest, it didn't set in for a while.
Yeah.
I called one of my best friends on the way home and told him, and that's kind of when it set in, was when I could actually talk about it, because we were in a place where we couldn't discuss things.
It was a very crowded hallway. It wasn't the best option as far as telling you, but I was like, I can't keep this in. You need to know.
Yeah.
It was one of those situations.
But I think the next morning was the first time I said bye, Peanut.
You're right. We call her Peanut. That's like the nickname that we have for her. Because that was a very easy, like, gender neutral one before we knew, like, the sex of the baby. And so, yeah, I think you're right. That's the first time you said that.
The next morning I said that.
And then you got to hang out with your parents for a weekend.
Yeah, and then I got to go hang out with my parents and couldn't say anything. The guy who won the 5K that I ran in, ran it with a stroller. He ran the 5K in 17 minutes with a stroller, which is ridiculous. And, like, everybody, like, this was not like a professional 5K. Like, I'm running, if I'm under 30 minutes, we're having a good day. So he finished way ahead of everybody, and I was like, oh, next year I could run with a stroller, but I couldn't say that while I'm standing there talking about it. I was like,
yeah.
It almost came out several times to my dad that day.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it. And I didn't want him to tell. I wanted to get it confirmed by a doctor first, but we found out at 9 weeks by the doctor. The doctor told us at 9 weeks.
Maybe.
So we'd known for a couple weeks before that. So we probably found out when I was about 6 or 7 weeks along, which is what my calculations said, which is pretty early to find out. So this has been something that's been like a thing for a very long time. And it's like crazy. Because I kept being like, oh, we can worry about that in the 3rd trimester. Oh, we can worry about that later. And now we're like, oh, crap. No, we have like 2-3 months and we got to figure it out now.
Yeah, we're at 2.5.
2.5. It's crazy. What was your favorite? Because I didn't record anybody that like we told. Like I have no video proof of anything. I was not good at this.
Yeah.
But I have a couple of favorites. Who was your favorite or favorites reactions?
It was either my uncle or my brother.
Those were mine too.
Those are the two that are up there. I liked the way we told my grandfather, but it
didn't sync. We got him
land.
a great grandfather shirt that's in the font of The Godfather because he really likes that movie, and he interpreted it as you are a really good grandfather and not you are a great grandfather. And so he was just like, what? And so I had to show him a picture of the ultrasound, and then it clicked for him. So that was fun.
Yeah.
And then your brother got a fun uncle, like a Funkle shirt.
Yeah, we gave him a Funkle shirt.
And he quite literally was talking while he was opening it and like looked at the shirt and kind of stared at it for a second and then looked right at me and went, really? Is this real? Is this happening? Like it was the cutest thing I've ever seen. That was fun.
His reaction was better than mine when I found out for sure, but he was in a place where he could respond. We had told my parents at that point, and he came home from work early, so we caught him. And handed it to him, and he said, I looked at it and I was like, oh yeah, these are cool. I've seen these. Wait, hold on.
So that was a fun one.
We had a cute plan for her
We did
parents.
have a cute plan for my parents, and the reason that we didn't tell them as soon as I wanted to is because they don't live near us, and so I wanted to tell them in person. But then when my scare happened, I needed someone to calm me down, so I called Mom, and that was the worst place and time to tell your parents that you were pregnant. But it was very calming for me, and they were super excited, and like my dad even started crying because we're a very emotional family, and so that was very like on point for him. And then your uncle was probably the best one because he's very chill. This is the family that we were with in Texas when I had my scare.
Yeah. It was
the day of. So that was fun. And we were joking because like at that point I was really nauseous, but I was able to function and I was really fatigued. And so like it was all those things that you hear about first trimester. Good Lord, are they true? Because I would take like multiple naps a day.
We were watching The Big Bang Theory.
We were watching The Big Bang Theory.
And Bernadette made some comment about growing a tiny human is exhausting. And
that's right.
We were with Lauren. She was with us, and Lauren and I both looked at Kelsey and said, "That's how you've got. Yeah. That's how you've got to tell them."
Which is what we did, and like early in the morning.
So Sunday morning, she's
like
sitting there, and she leaned against me, and I was like, "You're so tired, hon."
And I said, "Growing a tiny human is exhausting," and there was silence. Now, granted, it was before coffee, so our aunt didn't quite click what was happening, but his uncle straight up just kind of went, "What?" like out loud, cursed very loudly, and we were like, "Gotcha." And then he immediately like came over and gave us a hug. But that was a good one because his reaction was just like, "Did you say the thing that you just did I hear this correctly?" So those were probably some of the best.
Yeah,
best ones.
Those were good.
But everyone's been like crazy supportive and excited for us.
Yeah, we're very excited. It's coming up fast. We had the baby shower before mine at school. One of our teachers is having a baby this month. Mm-hmm. And so they had the shower for her, and everybody kind of looked at me and was like, "You're next." And I was like, huh. Oh.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of sit there and you're like, oh, like I see her walking down the hall and I'm like, oh, she's next. She's next. And then all of a sudden, like, it's not her anymore.
It's no, it's it's sneaking up, but like it's still very exciting. Like we're still very excited about like what this means and having a little one. I'm so excited for pinchable cheeks.
Yes. But that means there's going to be a few changes. This has been our library since we moved in, and this is going to move downstairs because we get to transition this room into our little nursery, which will be great fun. I'm sure there will be vlogging clips that you see in the future still in this room, but the primary filming room is going to change. And by we are relocating, I of course mean I am relocating. Because
I can't lift things right now.
So hopefully I can get a friend to help me move some of these bookshelves downstairs.
Yes.
We've got a large basement.
We got the room.
We've measured it out. We're going to have plenty of space, but things are going to look
a little bit different.
A little different.
So, let's go take a look.
Yeah.
Ta-da! Isn't that amazing how magic works? I'm going to really hope that editing worked on that one.
I hope that looked,
and it wasn't dumb.
As cool as it did. We thought it did.
But here it is. Here's the library. I'll put in some video if you guys can see the whole thing, but we officially have all of the bookshelves in the same space now. And it's here.
Spoiler, it did not take that long.
It took weeks.
Yes.
Well, I'd say a couple weeks. Maybe not like weeks, but...
It took several days and a friend.
Yeah.
Thanks, Michael.
I did vlog it, so at some point you will see a video that is the library transforming and the nursery happening, but it won't be for a while. So that's coming your way if you're curious to see the process. But
yeah,
here it is.
It's also been several days, and she tried to pop out.
She did. She really tried to come out early. She decided that at 32 weeks was the time that she was going to try to put me into scary labor. She didn't. We're fine. But that's been our last couple of days. It's been real fun. Love that. But we're good. Everything's good. We've now moved all the stuff down here. And by we, I mean Chris. And I said, that looks good there. And yeah, that's about it. Any other updates you have that you'd like to share about baby before I move on to channel things?
I mean, we are truly excited.
We are.
I mean, I know we have made references to lots of times that she has scared us, and
yeah,
she has.
You
know, anybody that has children has looked at me and said, "Welcome."
Yeah,
like we're still worried about our kids, and they're your age. And
it was just a practice run. We're trying it out before she gets here.
Yes, we did get a nice practice run. We put together our go bags and
we did, just in case. Didn't need
drove while sleep deprived. Made it there. And
know what it looks like.
We did not need it when we got there. We didn't need it because I couldn't get us there. So that was a nice bonus. We remembered to put the car seat in the car
just in case, which is good.
We didn't need it, but we did it. I'm sure we will forget it when we really do need it, but we didn't. We remembered it this time.
But the good thing is, we live 5 minutes from the hospital, so if something happens and we forget something, we have parents and our doula to help run and get something if we need, which is good. But we're very excited.
Yeah,
cool.
We're excited. Everything's going.
We're good so far.
Good.
We're in the clear now.
Like her.
Thanks. So now on to what happens now as far as my channel goes. Honestly, not a whole lot. I have videos planned, not filmed, but planned up through, I think, the end of June. So we'll see, depending on what I can pre-film and when she decides that she wants to get here. I may just disappear one day and that's what happens. But the plan is to continue doing videos, my schedule of 2 a week, up until her birth, and then I'm gonna disappear for probably a couple of months at least, if not more, depending on what I feel comfortable with and what the newborn stage looks like and all that fun stuff. So I don't know how long I'll disappear, but the plan is to always come back. So if I, like I said, just straight up disappear one day and then I show up again 2 or 3 months later, that's what's going on. But if you'd like to stay up to date on stuff while that's happening, I'm always on social media, especially my Instagram, and I just know me, and I'll be scrolling through Instagram, and I'll probably be sharing a bunch of stuff in my stories, even throughout the newborn stage. So if you'd like to know some sort of update, I'm always probably going to be on there, just maybe not here quite yet. So, not probably a whole lot of change as far as the channel goes, except for me just straight up disappearing. And I don't know what that's going to look like. And we'll just have to take it as it comes. So, that's as far as my plan. I'm probably going to be doing a few baby nursery style videos in the upcoming months. I've got, I think, 2 planned at this point that are specifically for baby or nursery, just like vlog stuff. So if there's anything specific you guys would like to see in the upcoming like month and a half as we are in the home stretch, please let me know if you're at all interested in knowing more about stuff. I'm always willing to do, like, if you're at all curious about more in depth as far as like the pregnancy process went and is going, I can always do a Q&A if you guys are curious. I don't know if that's anything that you guys would be interested in, but maybe seeing a couple more lifestyle videos. I don't know. Let me know if any of that sounds interesting to you. And if not, no worries. I have so much book content at this point. It's still happening. Don't worry. It just might skew a little bit towards children's books in the future. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this announcement. We've been very, very excited for a very long time. So we're excited that now we can tell you guys about it and I can stop hiding my bump in some of the vlogs, because like, let me tell you, doing the reelathon vlogs has been fun, trying to find a good angle. And also, like, this month I've been helping out with a baby shower, so not being able to show you some of the stuff that I've been doing has been rough, but we're here now, we're excited, and I think it's going to be an adventure based on how it's gone so far. But as I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, let me know all your thoughts, and if there's anything specific you want to see from me or us in the future, please let us know. We just wanted to share this with you guys because you're my little book community, and this is something new and exciting and big for us. So thank you for watching to the very end. If you have made it to the end, leave a baby emoji or one of those bottle emojis or something babyish, because why not? Just embrace the baby, shall we? But if you like this video, and I very much hope that you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below if you'd like to be part of this awesome growing family. I've also got all my social media down there as well as other fun bookish links, so don't forget to check all that out. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.